Good afternoon, everybody. Again, I welcome all of you back to my classroom. Now, I'm going to discuss something about education and some cultural issues. There are different cultural issues, such as cultural conflict, cultural lag, and critical multiculturalism. What is a cultural conflict? Cultural conflict is just opposite to cultural pluralism. In cultural pluralism is a state of a multicultural society where people of minority culture enjoy their rights to follow their own cultural activities, and the people of the majority culture would be accepting some virtues of the minority culture. And this is cultural pluralism. There will be some harmonious relationship between the minorities and the majorities. And this is cultural pluralism. Cultural conflict is the state of a multicultural society where minority groups feel that their rights to follow their own cultural aspects are violated by the majority groups. So they keep some insecure feeling in their minds. This is cultural conflict. Actually, there may not be any sort of physical conflict, okay? But this cultural conflict is something mental, and this conflict may be more dangerous than the physical conflict, because when there is a physical conflict, it will be over just after the conflict is over. But the effect of cultural conflict will be there forever. And if there is some cultural conflict, then people who belong to the minority groups as well as people who belong to the majority group will be keeping some insecure feeling, because people of minority groups will be feeling that they will be attacked by the majority groups at any time, and the people of the majority group will be feeling that they will be avenged, or they will be given some revenge from the minority groups because they oppress them. So in a multicultural society there should be cultural pluralism. So education should be used for cultural pluralism, or education should be for removing cultural conflict. How can education remove cultural conflict? As we told, in the case of nationalism and in the case of international understanding and secularism, we should teach them importance of unity by teaching them history of our country. Then we can teach them that if there is unity, then we can defeat any common enemy. So we have to teach them our history, and similarly we should teach them biology. Then when they learn biology, then they can have the idea of human body mechanisms, and they will get the idea that though people are from different communities, from different cultural groups, all of them have got the same internal mechanism in their body. And modern education should make or create some mutual understanding among different people, different students from different cultural backgrounds. Teachers can make use of culturally responsive pedagogy inside the classroom so that to make a sort of we feeling, or a oneness, feeling of oneness in the minds of the students who are coming from different cultural backgrounds. So education should be for removing cultural conflict by using different types of strategies and methodologies. And similarly, in a school, teacher can give opportunities for students from different cultural backgrounds to perform their own cultural activities, and teachers should be alert or careful to make students mingle with all the students who are coming from some other cultural backgrounds. So these are something important. So one of the cultural issues, cultural conflict, and education should be used for removing the cultural conflict. Another cultural issue is cultural lag. Cultural lag is the difference between material culture and non-material culture. That means some people may not be ready to accept the advancement in the case of physical facilities, material facilities, because of their some concept, because of their cultural ideas. So education should try to eradicate cultural lag. Education can do that, because most of the people are not ready to accept some new devices or new instruments or new techniques in their life, just because they do not know about the new techniques. They do not know about the benefits, just because of ignorance. So education can remove this ignorance. Education can teach people about the advantages of using new techniques, new devices, new physical materials. So education can remove the mistaken notions from people. Education can remove the ignorance. Education can teach them how to use different devices and what are the advantages, and education can teach them by making use of new devices and new materials. They can save their time, their effort, their energy. So education can remove cultural lag. And similarly, another issue is critical multiculturalism, and this is a modern concept. Actually, we boast that there is multiculturalism. We always boast that now we are living in a multicultural society. Every people are people from different cultural backgrounds are living together, and there is no problem. But some people tell that this is hypocrisy. Though people tell that there is multiculturalism, still most of the people, even the educated people, keep a sort of partiality. They feel that their culture is prominent, and they are not ready to accept, or they are not ready to give respect to the culture of some people who are considered as people from some downtrodden communities. So still some people are not able to enjoy their cultural life. So this is an issue. We tell that there is cultural pluralism, there is multiculturalism, but still we are neglecting some people. So according to the modern people or educationists, the concept of multiculturalism should be injected in the inner heart of the students. Actually, we are teaching them there is multiculturalism. We are teaching them the importance of living together, but actually we are not giving any training to them to live together, because we ourselves do not show any commitment in the case of multiculturalism. So there should be more effort, there should be more commitment, more sincerity in the case of cultivating the concept of multiculturalism. So we should make use of different stories. We should make use of sharing of experiences for cultivating real multiculturalism. We should make the students get rid of hypocrisy, and there should be true multiculturalism. Education should be for that according to modern education. So this is something about education and different cultural issues. Thank you very much.